If you spent any time in the survival genre, whether it's video games, TV shows, or books, you know that tropical islands tend to be the focus. They're fine, for sure, but fine isn't what we're talking about in this video. Today we're going to talk about 5 survival game settings that are so unique and uniquely challenging that you'll entirely forget about tropical islands. Let's get into it. The furthest thing from a tropical island is probably the frozen Canadian wilderness of the Long Dark. The fictional region that you survive in, known as Great Bear Island, is entirely snow-covered peaks, frozen coastlines, and an eerie feeling of isolation that never quite lets you go. Hazards on Great Bear Island include sub-zero temperatures, blizzards that can cut your visibility to nothing, scarce resources, limited shelter, and predators that know the land better than you ever will. The Long Dark doesn't ease you into the misery, it greets you with it up front and then it just continues to layer it on. For our next entry, we're moving from the frozen north to something that externally looks more inviting, but is arguably even more hazardous. It's the Amazon rainforest from Green Hell. There's no denying that the Amazon rainforest is beautiful. Everywhere you look, there are unique species of plants, insects, and animals. But Green Hell takes that beauty and it makes it dangerous. Not only is the wildlife threatening, there are venomous snakes, caimans, and scorpions, but the danger extends even to your possible food sources. Not every plant is safe to eat, and if you aren't coming into it with knowledge about what you can and can't eat, you're going to be playing Russian roulette with your food sources for a while. You start with very little to survive off of, so you have to start learning almost immediately. And it's a steep learning curve that won't let you off easy. Now, if the 2 previous entries feel like too much wilderness, our next setting is really close to home. It's your backyard, or at least the backyard from Grounded, and you're the size of an ant. Can't forget that part of it. Grounded has one of the most unique settings. You're shrunk down and suddenly struggling to survive in a space that probably used to be a source of comfort for you. The grass in your yard is now a dense, tall forest, and puddles of water now stretch out in front of you like lakes. And the insects, and really any inhabitants in your yard, are now life-threatening enemies. Grounded takes things that are so familiar and makes them terrifying. I know what my backyard is like, but I don't know what it would be like to have to survive in it, and it's unsettling to think about because it's a survival location that couldn't get much closer to home. In every setting that we've talked about so far, you're confined to surviving in a certain location, Great Bear Island, a portion of the Amazon, or a single backyard. But our next entry, Minecraft, doesn't limit you at all. Minecraft's survival setting is unique for the massive scope of its world. The world that you play in is procedurally generated and nearly endless, including nearly all types of landscapes that you could imagine, from vast deserts to dense forests to the depths of the ocean and even underground cave systems. You aren't locked within certain boundaries. You can build, move, and explore as much as you want. And of course, the further you go, the more unpredictable and strange things can become. It's no wonder this game has been so popular for so long. If you were waiting for a survival game setting that's deeply uncomfortable, nothing on this list can compete with our final entry, Subnautica. Subnautica tasks you with surviving on the surface of an alien ocean planet with only a crashed ship. You are left to find your own way to survive and escape. While you start in the shallows, which are colorful and well lit, the game quickly pushes you deeper. And the deeper you go, the darker and more strange the ocean becomes. And this isn't Earth. You aren't seeing anything that you'd recognize from real life. These creatures are alien creatures, and any resources that you collect aren't familiar to you. You have to quickly learn what's safe and what isn't. And even more, you'll have to learn what you can and can't fight. Some creatures, like leviathans, make it painfully clear how small you are and how far from home you are. You're completely out of your element in this place, and it doesn't shy away from reminding you of that. So these are 5 survival game settings that prove the genre can go way beyond the beach and can challenge us a lot when it does. Which of these settings do you think is the most brutal to survive? Let me know in the comments. If you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.